friends, Marcy here. Today's class is a great one for beginners. We're going to be focusing on our hands today and using our hands and the actions of our hands to access muscles in our forearms, in our upper arms, and in our shoulders. I have another beginner class on this channel that focuses in on the feet. So our hands and our feet are often our main access points to our mat. And by using the hands and the feet, we can access other muscles in the body. So let's go ahead and get started on our mats. Let's go ahead and start by just standing at the top of your mat. I'm going to go ahead and start in the middle of my mat, just so I can look at you. So go ahead and stand about hips distance. And all I want you to do is just to start to swing your arms forward and drop your arms back. So swing forward, drop back. Just a few times like that. Good. And then go ahead and swing your arms forward and bring your hands about shoulder width apart and also just right at the height of your shoulders. Take a moment, maybe make some fists and then stretch your fingers. Fists, stretch your fingers. Good. And then the next time you stretch your fingers, keep them nice and stretched. And I want you to imagine that you have a big boulder just right in front of you. And you're just going to push that boulder away. So really press your palms forward and really actively imagine that you're pushing something and start to feel what happens to the backs of your shoulders. Good. Feel what your shoulder blades are doing and feel that broadness in your back. Keep this pushing action. Start to notice what's going on in the fronts of your shoulders, the chest. Start to feel that muscular engagement. Good. Now turn your palms toward one another. Now imagine you are holding something in your hands that's kind of heavy, and I want you to pull that to your belly. Good. So elbows are bent and you're pulling this very heavy thing into you. Start to feel again the backs of your shoulders and notice what they're doing. Notice what your shoulder blades are doing. Start to notice the muscular engagement in the backs of the shoulders. And feel the broadness in the front of the shoulders now and in the collarbones. Good, relax that now. Just relax your arms. So we're going to be doing a lot of pushing and pulling with our hands on the mat to access the front and the backs of the shoulders. Do some shoulder rolls here. And then bring your arms down by your side. Starting out, palms are just facing your hips. Now, bringing your awareness to the front of your shoulder here and that upper arm bone. I want you to turn your thumbs toward your hips so that your palms are facing behind you. Good, now rotate. Pinkies are close to your hips and palms are facing forward. And just do this a few times back and forth. Palms forward, palms back. Paying attention to your upper arm bone. So our forearms actually can rotate independently of our upper arm. Palms back, stay here for a moment. Good, palms forward, mountain pose, stay here. But you may notice that as the palms are forward, it helps open up the front of the shoulder. And as the palms are back, the upper arm bone tends to rotate in. Good, relax that. I'm going to go ahead and face forward here at the top of my mat where you probably are. Let's go ahead and start moving now. So as you inhale, I want you to stretch the arms up. With your left hand, grab that right wrist, and as if you're trying to pull your hand out of its socket or out of the arm, pull up on the hand and then take it into a side stretch. So really stretching the right side of your body, but also getting the little wrist stretch as well. Good. Inhale, come back to center, and then with the right hand, grab the left hand. Pull up as if you're trying to pull your hand out of your arm, and then take it into a side bend. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then now bring your palms together at the top and thumbs to the breastbone. Good. Stretch your fingers. Release your fingers from each other. Really press the base of all 4 knuckles into each other. Good. Now go ahead and bring the heels of the hands together and the thumbs, and then bring the fingers together. Nice. Thumbs pull into your breastbone. Inhale, grow tall. Good. As you exhale, bend the knees and start to come into a forward fold. Release the arms here. Keep the knees bent. Maybe shake the head out. Press through the feet. Bring your hands to the front of your shins. And then as you press through your feet, I want you to come up halfway. So nice long spine. Let the hands slide up the front of the legs. Bring the shoulders to the height of your hips. Move your chest forward. And then go ahead and release your hands from your legs. Imagine that you're holding something heavy again. And I want you to pull it in. You're going to pull it toward you and get the backs of your shoulders nice and engaged. From here, you can bring the hands to your heart or rest them on the knees. Good. As you exhale, bend the knees, release the head. Bring your hands to the mat, and I want you to step back into all fours here. So knees underneath your hips, and hands are underneath your shoulders. Take a moment and just look. So look at your shoulder, look at your hand, look at your other shoulder, look at your hand, and make sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrist. Stretch your fingers out now. So look at your hands. Fingers are stretched out. Press the base of your index finger and press the base of the other 3 fingers into the mat. Press the base of the thumbs into the mat. And then with your finger pads, I want you to grab the mat. So bend the tips of your fingers and just imagine you're going to grab the mat. Good. From here, push into the ground, broaden your upper back, feel your shoulder blades draw away from each other. Stay with that for a moment. Good. Now keep the elbows straight and just imagine that you're trying to pull the mat together. Let your chest melt toward the mat and bring your shoulder blades together. Good. Press into the mat and then pull. Bring your shoulder blades together. Stay with this. Push and a little pull. So really all you're doing here is you're moving your scapula on your back. Nice. From here, give it just a little bit of a push. Broaden the upper back. Now imagine with your right hand, you're just dialing a little bit to the right, as if you are trying to turn a lid of a mayonnaise jar to the right. Keep that. And then with the left hand, turn a little bit to the left. Good. So a lot going on here. You're pressing with your palms. You're grabbing with your fingers. Right hand is dialing a little bit to the right, and the left hand is dialing a little bit to the left. Good. From here, press back. Give me just a moment in child's pose. Stretch the hands forward, maybe even walk them a little bit forward. Nice. As you inhale, come back to all fours. Good. Fingers stretch wide. Knuckles connecting to the mat, press into the mat. And then this time, I want you to walk your hands about 1 palm's distance in front of your shoulders. Good. From here, shift the shoulders forward over the wrists, but keep the front of the hips pulling up. So now you're in a modified plank here. Palms press, fingers grab. Right hand dials a little bit to the right, left hand dials a little bit to the left. Now imagine for a moment that your palms are trying to pull back toward your knees. Good. I want you to stay with that action and then bend the elbows and imagine you're pulling the ground to you as you lower all the way down onto your mat. Good. Keep your gaze forward. I got a poodle here right in front of my mat. We're going to come to a cobra pose. So lift the chest up, and then with your fingers, imagine you're trying to pull the mat back toward your toes. And feel that nice, strong engagement in the backs of the shoulders as the hands pull back. Good, as you exhale, lower the chest, curl your toes under, and let's go ahead and press to downward facing dog. So hips up. From your downward dog, fingers are stretching wide. Imagine now that you're trying to push your mat forward. Use that action of pushing forward to really lengthen the hips up. With your fingers, grab the mat. And then a little bit, right hand to the right, left hand dials to the left. Good, as you exhale, bend your knees, lower them to the mat. Shift your shoulders forward over the wrists. We're in a modified plank here. And then imagine you're trying to pull the ground to you. So you're gonna bend the elbows and pull on the ground as you lower thighs, hips, and belly. Inhale, lift the chest, come into a cobra. And with the hands, create the action as if you're trying to pull the mat back toward the toes. You may feel the chest lift higher, and you'll probably start feeling a little more engagement in the backs of the shoulders. Good, exhale, release the chest, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Steady breath in your down dog. Hands again, they're trying to push the mat forward. As you push the mat forward, lift up through the hips. And then a little bit, grab with the fingers. Right hand a little bit to the right, left hand a little bit to the left. From here, inhale, reach the right leg up. As you exhale, look between your hands and step this right foot all the way through. If you need to, pick it all the way up. And then drop your left knee down. If this is problematic for your knee, take your mat. You can fold it over under the knee so you have a little extra padding, or you can grab a towel or a blanket. A little bit of dynamic movement here just to warm up the hips. So go ahead and slide back into a half split and shift forward into a low lunge. So a lot of what we're going to talk about today is the hands, but we're going to move the whole body. So right now we just want to get some blood flowing into the hips and into the legs. Good. As you're ready, slide forward into your lunge, and then walk it up to the thigh. Shoulders right over the hips. Bring your arms out in front of you. Without bending the elbows, I want you to, again, reach your arms forward. Feel the broadness in your upper back. We did this as we were standing, and we did this from all fours. Now, without bending the elbows, pull your shoulders back. Good. Reach your hands forward. Pull your shoulder blades back. Good. Now reach forward as far as you can, and then continue the arms all the way up. Good. Stretch your fingers wide, and then turn your pinkies in toward your body a little bit. So a little rotation here. Good. Nice, strong fingers as if you could shoot lasers out of them. Good. As you exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring your right knee back to meet your left knee. So you're going to come back to this modified plank. Palms are pressing, fingers are grabbing, a little bit right to hand dials right, left hand dials left. And then to come to the floor, I want you to, again, imagine you're going to pull the floor to you and lower it down. Inhale, lift the chest. With the hands, pull back. So cobra pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Palms press the mat forward. Hips lift up. As you inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Pick up the hands if you need to. Right knee down. Again, if this is problematic, double up your mat or grab a towel or a blanket. Little bit of dynamic movement here. Got to get the blood flowing. Back and forth. Straighten the front leg, rebend the front leg. Good. As you're ready, shift it forward into your lunge. Just walk it up to the thigh. Good. Shoulders over the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Arms out in front of you. Palms are facing each other. Reach your fingers as far forward as they'll go. Feel the broadness in the upper back. Good, now draw your shoulder blades back together. Continue with this, reach forward, pull back. So our arm bones, our upper arm bones and our shoulder blades are connected. As we reach forward, we're really just moving the shoulder blades to create that length forward and then to draw back. Good, reach forward and then continue all the way up. So you should feel some nice length in the outer underarms. Fingers are really active and vibrant, so stretch them. Got nice. And then if you want, maybe look up a little bit. Good, as you exhale, hands to the mat. Bring the left knee back to meet the right knee. Shoulders are over the wrists. Palms press, fingers grab, a little bit dial right and dial left, and then pull the ground to you as you lower down. Hands are by the ribs. Cobra pose, lift the chest, and with the hands, pull the mat behind you. Good, as you exhale, lower and downward facing dog. Palms stretch the mat forward, hips lift up. As you inhale, look to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, walk your way up or step your way up. So come into a forward fold. Relax the head and neck here, maybe shake it out. Bringing the fingers to the front of the legs, press through the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders are coming to the height of the hips. Chest is moving forward. And then you don't have to bring the hands to you, but create that action as if you're trying to pull something to you. Good. As you're ready, release, fold. Bend the knees, bring your hands to your hips. Press through the feet, come all the way up. All right, so we're gonna focus on the breath here by doing some lunge salutations, but still wanting to have that nice, strong action of the hands as we move through downward dog and cobra, etc. So on your next inhale, stretch the arms forward and up. As you exhale, bring the palms together, bend the knees and fold. Low lunge salutation. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the chest forward. And then as you exhale, step the right leg back, drop the right knee down. Fingers reach forward and up to come into your lunge, inhale. And then as you exhale, plant the palms and step to downward facing dog. Good, inhale in your downward dog. As you exhale, drop the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Stay in your plank, inhale, push the mat. And then exhale, come all the way down, pull the ground to you. Inhale, little cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog, really nice. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Pick up the hand if you need to, left knee down. Inhale, fingers reach forward as they come all the way up for your lunge. And then exhale, hands to the mat and step back into your forward fold. Good, release the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the fingers slide up the front of the legs. Refold, exhale, and then drive through the legs. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. As you exhale, bring the hands together and the thumbs to the breastbone. Nice, couple cycles of breath here as we stand. We still have one more set of lunges to go. Feel your palms press into each other. Grow tall through the crown. And a little bit, pull your elbows in. All right, one more set of lunge salutations. As you inhale, stretch your fingers forward and then come all the way up. As you exhale, bring your hands through heart center as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the fingers slide up the legs. And then exhale, left leg back, left knee down for your lunge. As you inhale, stretch the fingers forward as they come all the way up. And then as you exhale, plant the palms and find downward facing dog. Good. Inhale in your downward dog. As you exhale, drop the knees and move your shoulders over your wrists. Good. Inhale in this plank. And then as you exhale, imagine pulling the ground to you as you lower down. Inhale, cobra pose with the hands pull the mat behind you. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through, right knee to the mat. Inhale, come up into your lunge, fingers reach forward and up. And then exhale, release the hands, step back to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, slide your chest forward, and then refold as you exhale. Good. Drive through the legs. Inhale, stretch all the way up, fingers to the sky. Exhale, palms together and thumbs to the breastbone. Nice. Keep the breath steady here. Just stand for a moment. Feet press into the mat, crown grows tall. Let's do 2 sun salutations. As you inhale, stretch the arms forward and up. As you exhale, bring the palms together, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, let the fingers slide up the legs as you come to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale in your downward dog, hands are pressing forward. As you exhale, the knees come down and the shoulders move forward for plank. Inhale in your plank. As you exhale, grab the mat and pull yourself to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose, chest lifts, and with your hands, pull the mat behind you. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Stay here for a breath or 2. Keeping the breath nice and steady. As you breathe steady, feel your palms on the mat. Again, that action of the hands is to press the mat forward. The action of the fingers is to grab the mat. So bend the fingertips, and then a little bit right hand dials right, and left hand dials left. One more sun A. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. As you exhale, step or hop into your forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the fingers slide up the legs. Refold as you exhale. Strong legs bring you all the way up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands through heart center and fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step to downward facing dog. Inhale, down dog, hands press forward. Exhale, knees down, shoulders shift into plank. Inhale in your plank. As you exhale, imagine that you're pulling yourself to the floor. Inhale, cobra, lift the chest. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, really nice. So we're gonna try to maintain that nice smooth breath that we established in our salutations. But we're gonna move on to some standing poses. Good, inhale, reach your right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Pick up that right hand if you need to. We're coming to a high lunge here. Good, so tent up first on both fingers. And I know we're not focused so much on the feet today, but I want you to really feel the big toe mound on that right foot root into the mat. And then really drive through the ball of that left foot so you feel the thigh and the glute on the left engage. Maintain that. Then press the left hand down onto the mat. Stretch the fingers wide. With your hand, push into the mat. Feel the broadness in that left shoulder blade. So push into the mat. Grab a little bit with your finger pads, and then left hand's gonna dial to the left. Good, maintain all of that. Take this into a simple twist here. So your right arm's gonna reach. Good. Left hand's pressing, right arm is reaching. Then from here, drop your left knee down to the mat. Kickstand your left foot out, and then step your right foot to the back of your mat. So right now you're in a modified side plank. Continue to press into the mat with that left shoulder so it's a nice solid base. But with your right arm, stretch the arm forward. Feel the length in the outer border of the underarm. And then imagine you're pulling something, bend the elbow. Good, 2 more times. Reach and stretch. With your hands, pull, grab. Last time, reach and stretch. Pull and grab. And then downward facing dog as you're ready, or child's pose, or any other resting posture. Good, continue to stretch the mat forward, lift through the hips. And then let's take it on the other side. So left leg's gonna lift, step the foot all the way through. Pick up the left hand if you need to. Just tent up on the fingers here. So again, for a moment, let's focus on the lower body. So plug the base of the big toe into the mat. Drive through the ball of that right foot. Lift through the heel. Thigh and glute are firm. Then right hand plants. Fingers are stretching, hand is underneath the shoulder. Press into the mat. Grab with your finger pads and a little bit dial out to the right. Maintain that and take a twist. Left arm is going to reach up to the ceiling. Good, nice and steady. And then drop the right knee to the mat. Go ahead and kickstand that right foot and come into that modified side plank. So the big toe side of your left foot is going to come to the bottom of your mat. Good, continue to press through that right arm. So shoulder is nice and strong here. And then let's add the left arm. So stretch the left arm toward your ear. And then imagine you're grabbing something and you're gonna pull it toward you. Good, reach and stretch. Grab and pull. One more time. Reach and stretch. Grab and pull. And then downward facing dog. Good. From downward dog, again, press forward, lift through the hips. Steady breath, as if you were still moving through those salutations. Good. Right leg up, inhale. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Pick up the right hand if you need to. We're going to warrior two. So you're going to spin the left heel down, and then you're going to inhale, come up, bringing your shoulders over your hips. Feet are pressing down, spine is lengthening up. Stretch your fingers wide. Take your gaze just over the top right hand. And then a couple times here, turn the palms to the ceiling, and then turn the palms down. Palms to the ceiling, palms down. Good, palms to the ceiling. Stay here for a moment. So as we talked about earlier, our lower arm can rotate independently of our upper arm. But as we move the lower arm, as we rotate it, we can help change the position of the upper arm. So feel that upper arm bone rotate. Feel the broadness in your collarbones. Keep that, but now turn the palms down, reach the fingers out. Really nice. As you inhale, come to star pose. So reach your arms up. You're going to turn both toes toward the left side of your mat. And then as you exhale, I want you to imagine you're reaching up to the ceiling and you're grabbing something and you're going to pull down like you're doing a pull-up. Good, reach up, pull down. Now, reach up. This time as you pull down, I want you to turn your heels in, bend the knees, and come into goddess pose. Good, spine is long, shoulder blades are drawing in, backs of the shoulders are nice and strong because you're pulling the arms into place. Good, inhale, reach back up again. And then as you exhale, move the hands through heart center and come into a wide leg forward fold here. Really nice. Good, start to walk your way back to the top of your mat and find downward facing dog. Good, breath or two here in downward dog. Press the mat forward, lift through the hips. Grab them out with your finger pads. And right dial's right, left dial's left. Let's do it on the other side. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot all the way through. Pick up the hand if you need to. So you want to get it all the way up in between your hands. Go into warrior two. So the right heel is going to spin down. And then you're going to spin yourself up. Shoulders and hips are stacking. Arms are reaching. Gazing just over the top of your left hand. And then again, palms up and palms down. So while the forearms do rotate somewhat independently of the upper arms, the direction of our hand can help us to direct our upper arm bone. So if we want our upper arm bone to turn toward the body, we have our thumb closer to the body. If we want the upper arm bone to turn away from the body, we have the pinky closer to the body. Good. Palms up, feel the broadness in the collarbone. Maintain that. Flip the palms down. Reach the fingers out as wide as you can. Nice. And then inhale, star pose. Good. We're going to go right into goddess on the exhale. Imagine you're going to pull your arms into it. Good. Now this time, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, and then exhale, pull into goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, imagine you're pulling down, so grab something. Inhale up. Exhale, pull, and then stretch the fingers out, goddess pose. Nice. Inhale up. And then exhale, move the hands through heart center and come into this wide leg forward fold. Good. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. As you're ready, walk your way back to the top of your mat and come into downward facing dog. Nice. Press the mat forward, reach through the hips. Grab a little bit with your fingers. Right hand dials right, left hand dials left. Nice. And then from here, lower the knees to the mat. Shift your shoulders over your wrists so you're in this modified plank again. And then grabbing the mat with your finger pads, imagine pulling the mat to you as you lower to the ground. We're going to do a few rounds of locust pose. So I want you to lengthen the legs behind you and then bring your hands by your side, palms down. So remember, with your palms down, your upper arm bones likely to roll away from the body. Good. Keeping this. Inhale, lift the chest off the mat. You can keep your hands here or you can float them. You can keep your toes on the mat or you can float them. Good. Chin is off the chest. Gaze is just forward on the floor. Nice. As you're ready, release. Bring your hands out in front of you. Stack the palms. Rest the forehead on the mat for a moment. We're going to go 2 more rounds of locust pose. Good. As you're ready, bring your hands back, palms down, thumbs away from you. As you inhale, lift your chest, coming into locust pose. Stay here or lift the feet and maybe lift the palms. Fingers stretch wide. Imagine reaching your fingers back as far as you can. So really stretch the fingers, reach back, feel some engagement in the backs of the shoulders as you work the spinal muscles, as you work the glutes, as you work the hamstrings. Good, let that go. Stack the palms. Rest the chin or the forehead. Really nice. 1 more round of locusts. So from here, hands back, palms down. Lift the chest, locust pose. If you like, maybe interlace your fingers behind you. Draw the heels of the hands together, broaden through the collarbones. Steady breath, steady gaze forward on the floor. So we're not looking down at the mat, we're not looking up at the ceiling. Good, and then as you're ready, let that go. Stack your palms, chin or forehead on your hands. Maybe bend the knees. And rock the feet side to side. Good. From here, bring your hands by your ribs. And then press back up to all fours. From here, lift your feet, cross your ankles, and go ahead and sit back into a seat. We're about there. You can scoot up a little bit to the middle of your mat. Reach behind your thighs and lower all the way down to your back. Good. Bring the backs of your hands to the floor either as a cactus or as a T. Right ankle, left thigh. Come to a reclined pigeon. You can stay here, or if you would like, lift the left foot up and reach your arms behind your left thigh or behind your left shin. Good. Nice and steady breath. Try to keep a neutral spine here. So you should feel the sacrum or the backs of the hips on the mat. Good. Let the left foot go. Arms either like a cactus or like a T. Let's take this into reclined twist. So your hips are going to rotate to the left, and that right foot is going to come to the left side of your mat. Here comes doggy into the view. Good. Go ahead and come back to center and switch. So left ankle, right thigh. Stay here. Maybe this is plenty. But if it's not, you can lift the right foot up off the mat, reach behind your thigh or your shin. Keep the back of the head, the backs of the shoulders, and the backs of the hips on the mat. So you're maintaining that neutral spine, filling that space between the neck and the mat and the space between your low back and the mat. Good. Go ahead and drop the right foot down. T or cactus the arms, and then you're going to roll your hips to the right. So the left foot is going to come to the outside of the right side of your mat, and you can look up or maybe to the left. Good. Return back to center. Uncross your knees. And then from here, bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And then as you exhale, we're coming to Shavasana. So extend your legs. And then let your arms relax by your side. And we talked about this already. So as you bring your hands down so the thumb's close to the body, you'll feel your upper arm bone a little bit turned toward your body, and that's fine. Or if you bring your palms up, you'll feel your upper arm bone roll away from the body. And this is actually my preference because I already spend a lot of times with my upper arm bones rolling toward my body as I am on my phone. But yogi's choice here, palms up or palms down, whatever you choose. Just pay attention to what that does to the whole arm. And as you settle into your Shavasana, let the breath be relaxed, not trying to control it. So no longer worrying about maintaining steady breath like we did in salutations. And close the eyes. And allow yourself just a little bit of stillness before returning to your day. If you need a little bit longer in Shavasana, feel free to ignore me. If you're ready to come out, do so slowly. Maybe just wiggle your fingers. Tap each finger pad to the thumb. Good. Make a fist and then release. Fist and then release. And then start to lengthen the breath. And as you inhale, stretch overhead. As you exhale, bend your knees and roll onto your side. Let your head rest on your bottom arm. Stay here just long enough to appreciate the fact that you got to your mat today. And then as you're ready, press through the hands and find a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands together, thumbs at the breastbone. Let's breathe a round of breath together. As you inhale, fill up. Sigh it out as you exhale. And then bringing my thumbs up to third eye center. I bow forward to honor each of you. Thank you so much for joining me for this virtual class. Namaste. Thank you. If you can, like and subscribe. I will continue to be doing some more of these beginner-ish Vinyasa classes that really just focus on one aspect of the body and how that applies to all the poses. So thank you. Have a great day.